But as far as any other quirks on this guitar, it buzzes a little bit. I'm still working on it. Actually, I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me go ahead and do this again. Sorry for the up and down stuff. Probably can't see this, but I had to actually take and put 2 strips of plastic. I'm talking very thin plastic. This plastic came off my guitar case on my electric guitar, and you know how you have a name tag that's on your case to identify it with you, and then it'll have a little plastic sleeve to cover up the actual identification tag. Well, that's what I used, the plastic sleeve. I cut it into 2 very, very thin pieces, the width of the saddle itself, and I stuck them underneath here. And before I did that, I made a mark. I don't know if you can see this. You might be able to if I do it like this. There's a little, you can probably see it right there. Right under my finger, there's a little mark. And I did this before I put these strings on, and before I started adjusting the saddle, so I could see exactly how much height I was able to put on there. This is just a little number 5mm pencil mark underneath here, and I just marked it on both sides, front and back, and then I lifted it and raised it up and put those plastic inserts in there. And then, because it was buzzing, I wanted to fix the action a little bit. Action still looks pretty good, I think. You look at the action here. I mean, it's not too bad. And that kind of fixed some of the buzzing, and I think the rest of it will probably fix with a capo. Right now I'm using a Dunlop trigger capo, but it's not working too good for me. I've used Kaiser capos. I love Kaiser capos. They're quick and they're easy and they're one-handed, but for some reason it doesn't have enough pressure on this side and down here to actually get rid of the buzz. I have to keep fiddling with it and pressing it down and, you know, working it out like that. But, and also, now that I think about it, this will probably be 2 videos for sure. This is an electric acoustic model, hence the 1E, the E. This is a DCX1 basically. The C is for cutaway and the E is for electronics. DCX1E. The electronics look like this. It is a Fishman, and I was really excited with this. The review that I saw online was this guy, and he's basically the only guy that's got a really good review on this. And I think it's for guitar player, guitar something. And he goes over, you know, he plays it a little bit, and when he first plays it, he plays that open E chord that's way down here, you know. It's like that B shape of an E. That thing right there, which I'm not going to play, but anyway, because I want to save the sound of this for the next video. But he showed it and he reviewed it with a Fishman Priestess pickup system, and that's what this is. This is actually the Priestess Plus, right here where my finger is. It has an onboard tuner right there. It works really well. Shows that I'm low. Of course, I'm holding the thing by the headstock. That might have something to do with it, I don't know. So it's got a really good tuner there. You got, and when you look at these online, someone will say the Fishman Sonicor 4 or Classic 4 or something, and it doesn't have a tuner, and all it is equalizers up and down, you know, 4 equalizers. I'm really pleased with this pickup system. It's got a low battery indicator. Your volume is right here. Your tuner, of course, is right here. You've got your bass, mids, and treads, and they're turning knobs. And then down here you got your notch filter for feedback, and you got your brilliance to be able to cut through the mix, and then you got your phase, which is a push button like that. And it is for, I think they recommend the notch filter. You turn your volume all the way up, and then when it starts to feedback, you use the notch filter and start turning it up gradually, and that'll help with the feedback because you want the volume up so you can get that nice rich tone. The phase is, I think on the manual, the Fishman manual, they recommended this to be used to increase the bass frequency whenever you're playing low, or to also maybe to be able to cut through if you're playing at higher volumes. I'm not exactly sure about the higher volumes, but it was hard to get a manual on this thing because Fishman only makes this exclusively for manufacturers of guitars. They don't make it to sell on the market. They make it for these guitar people. And so I had to actually email Fishman for the manual for this, so they emailed it to me in a PDF. You've got your, this little thing right here is what you use to pop open the battery. It pops open just like that. And this thing smells wonderful. It smells like almost like a cinnamon clove / cedar, you know, just a mixture of these different smells. And that comes from the ribbon lining, that little piece of wood inside that looks like accordion. I don't think you'll be able to see it here. It's right there. You can barely see it. That little accordion that goes around the sides to hold the top and the bottom on, that is where the smell comes from, according to Martin. When you look at their factory, that's where that comes from. These bridge pins, and I think the saddle and maybe the nut itself is made of tusk. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure. But overall, I'm mighty pleased with this guitar. Very pleased. Really love this thing. I'll be playing on the next video. I'll be playing it. And just a real quick rundown. My case that I got is a SKB. I don't know what model it is. But you've got your velvet interior, the green velvet. You've got your compartment door here for holding your stuff in. Thing I really like about this is it's got these little clasps instead of latches where you have to lift up and pull down and lock it into place. These things just snap into place. Just like that. It comes with a key, with two keys, with a lock right here. That's better than any of the other locks you see on the cheaper hard shell cases. That I mean, this thing will not move when you lock it. There's a trick to this. If you get a guitar like mine, he actually fitted for the guitar. We got Guitar Center. Oh, excuse me. There's a little channel here. Goes all the way up. And then here is the other part of it right here. It sticks up, so it fits right in there. So if it kind of wants to like raise up like that, all you got to do is kind of get that channel to lock in, and then you lock your things here. So I hope you pardon me for my lousy throat, and maybe this video made up for it. I've just tried to point out some of the intricacies that none of the other videos did. I want you to be informed, because when I buy a guitar, I'll make sure I know what I'm getting. And this right here is a dandy of a guitar. It's a beautiful guitar. It feels awesome. I've read online where people say don't record with it, or you'll have problems with this little sound when you're moving, which I've never noticed. And if you're not a big strummer and everything, if you use your wrist, you're not going to notice it anyway. I've heard that the satin finish actually helps the tone come through, because it's not got multiple lacquer layers of finish to break through the sound does tone-wise. So that's another plus. This thing is a dream to play. It sounds awesome, and you'll hear that on the next video. And thank you for watching this one. I hope I've been informative. And if there's any questions about this, let me know. Still getting used to it, but I'm loving it every day. So I find myself playing it more and more. And we'll see you on the next video. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.